Hi guys, welcome back. Well, by the title it's clear that it's a video about the Activa 5G, and the reason I'm doing it as of now is that you're about to get a refresh of this model pretty soon, and therefore should you buy this old model is a big question. Now the main thing is the next generation Activa, which might be possibly called Activa 6G, will be of BS6 standard with a fully upgraded engine. And here, the 5G model has a BS4 engine. This is the same old 109.19cc carburetor engine that Honda has been using for a long time. It's a fan-cooled 4-stroke single-cylinder engine which generates enough power and good torque. Now, even though this engine is a carburetor engine, I feel it's a very well-refined one. The next generation will be fuel injection engine, and for sure it will be more silent and maybe more smooth, but the present one is also a good one. The present one is a well-set engine, and here taking the Activa 5G for a ride is still pretty enjoyable. There is good initial pickup and the scooter doesn't hesitate to gain speed. You can ride pretty comfortably without any vibration or discomfort in a speed range of 0 to 60 km/h. And because of that, the Activa 5G is still a great scooter for your daily city commutes. Well, you can gain higher speeds, but I won't recommend you do that because it's like pushing the limits. So about the engine of the Activa 5G, I feel this automatic engine is still a good one and also it will last long. But everything is not perfect here, and the main thing in that is the brakes and the suspensions used. We'll first start with the brakes, and here both the rear and front brakes are drum brakes which are 130 mm in diameter, and you also get CBS, which is combi braking system. What CBS does is that if you press the rear brake lever, the front and rear brakes are applied together. Now this won't do much in terms of improving the braking performance, but still it's an added bonus and helps you if you're a person who applies only the rear brake. But overall, the braking performance of the Activa 5G is average at control speed, and that's one of the reasons that I won't recommend you ride this scooter at higher speeds. Then for the suspensions used, here both the front and rear suspensions are just the spring-loaded hydraulic type. For your daily city rides, this suspension does its job. It's moderately soft set, and hence if you're riding for approximately 20 to 30 km in a stretch, you won't feel much discomfort. But if you're planning to do longer rides, then surely the discomfort creeps in. And about the suspension's performance in rough riding conditions, it's not bad, but still I really wished Honda would have used telescopic forks on the front. So after checking all this, one thing is pretty clear, and that's the Activa 5G is well suited for short city rides. And to an extent, a scooter is intended for that purpose. It's not for touring or long rides, and in that sense, Honda did a good job, and even now the Activa 5G performs well with good ride quality and adequate comfort. Honda even did make the scooter a good one in terms of ride control. The weight of the Activa 5G is 109 kg, and overall it's easy to get around traffic because of good handle response and overall design. Now talking about the design, I didn't touch the design section yet because it's a very familiar design. Honda's Activa lineup always have a classic design, and here the design remains almost the same. On the front, you get an elegant front panel with slight chrome touches, and the headlight is classic Activa. And what's new with the headlight is that it's an LED one, and therefore its range and coverage is much better than the previous Activa models. So with this headlight, you can get through pitch dark conditions. For the speedometer used, it can either be fully analog or analog and digital based on the model you choose. And even the analog and digital meter in the deluxe variant is not a very exciting one. I feel it looks a bit dated and it surely needs a refresh. Then you also get a 4-in-1 lock system which has inbuilt seat opening switch, and with that switch you can access the underseat storage and also the fuel tank. The underseat storage is 18 liters, and here you can opt for an optional mobile charging socket. This space is sufficient to carry your personal stuff or maybe a medium-sized helmet. Now the storage option doesn't end here, because when you take a look at the footboard, the Activa has a sufficient space footboard, and you even get a front and rear hook. So you can easily hang stuff on the front hook and also on the retractable rear hook. One thing that's always been good about the Activa is its full metal body, and here the 5G retains that, and therefore on the basis of durability, Activa is a champ. And talking about the body of the Activa, it looks elegant and clean with just a 3D emblem. Then finally from the rear, the taillight and indicators dominate the rear section, and here also it's not a very flashy taillight, but instead it's a simple one. Now what I feel about the next generation Activa's design is that it's going to be almost similar to this one with maybe just some minor changes. Well, I don't feel it's a bad thing considering this design theme attracts a wide range of riders. Then some of the other stuff about the Activa 5G is that the tires used are tubeless tires, and for the ground clearance it's 153 mm, which is a bit on the lower side, but still I didn't experience any issues based on that even while riding through bad road conditions. Then about the seat used, it's a comfortable one with good cushioning, and therefore both the rider and the pillion won't experience much discomfort from the seat. And about the seat height, it's 765 mm, and for me, I didn't have any issues while riding or stopping. Both my legs stayed well planted on the ground, and also the footboard had enough leg room. Then about the fuel tank capacity, it's 5.3 liters. And about the mileage during a testing in city conditions, we got approximately 48 km per liter. And I feel it's not bad. But still, your mileage may vary based on road conditions and also on the way you ride. Well, that's all about the Activa 5G. And like I said in the beginning, the big question is, should you still buy it? And before answering that, there is one more thing which is very important, and that's the price. The pricing will vary based on the model you choose, and here you have two models which are Deluxe and Standard. And the present ex-showroom pricing of the Deluxe variant is 61,092 Indian rupees. That pricing is actually on par with its competitors, and I feel if you are a person whose budget is in that range and you have planned to get the Activa 5G, then buying one as of now is surely not a bad choice. You will see improvements in the next Activa model, and that improvements will be significant on the engine side, but the problem is that with those improvements, you can expect a price hike of 10 to 15%, and to be frank, this engine in the Activa 5G is still not a bad one. And also, if you want an Activa with slightly different aesthetics, you have the Activa 5G limited edition available now, and the pricing is not very different from this normal variant. But if you're a person who's not in a hurry and likes to get the new and updated engine, and the price hike which is bound to happen is surely not an issue, then you can skip the Activa 5G and get the Activa 6G. That's all for this video, guys. Hope you liked it. If so, please do hit the like button, and also please do subscribe. See you again in the next one. Till then, bye.